Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. We've got another fabulous edition of the 411 with Rehab. I've got Stacy here with me. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. Excited because y'all are always up to something, and you just finished a big event.
We just wrapped up our play shoot
Yeah.
a couple of Saturdays ago. That was a huge success. The weather did not cooperate.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we had I call it a small hurricane that kind of came in about 7 o'clock in the morning after we
Really?
were all set up and kind of blew us over. But it didn't last very long. We had about a 30-minute delay. And the guys and girls still showed up to come shoot. We had a
Yeah.
record number of shooters, even with the weather. We hadn't
my
seen
goodness.
that many shooters in over 10 years.
That is fabulous.
So it was really, really great. It was another successful event for us.
Yeah.
The auction was great. We had a lot of great donors out there.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Bank and Trust for being our title sponsor, and then Sterling Fryer sponsored our lunch. So if
Oh,
you see
that is
those guys
awesome.
out in the community, please tell them thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great partners that come together for all these events, and really, it's what it's what it's all about. Is Rehab is just taking care of your neighbors. I mean, the West
Absolutely.
Texas feel, the West Texas mindset. How do you describe that to everybody?
It's one of those things that if you have never stepped in our doors and haven't been to an event,
Yeah,
you probably don't know what we're talking about.
right.
Once you come to an event and you see all the support that we have, and once you
Yeah.
come into one of our facilities, you see what we do and what
Yeah.
a difference we make every day, and then it wouldn't be possible without all of those sponsors and donors, then it's easily to hop on that bandwagon and get going. So every day we're telling people, come check us out. If you've never been to an event but you want to help volunteer, come volunteer, see what we do.
Yes.
And then, of course, we're always doing tours. My staff and myself are always giving tours, whether it to be new staff, new donors, just anyone that wants to come see what the rehab is all about.
And I mean, they do some amazing things, outstanding things. Talk about a fun tour. That's a good tour.
It is. It's a fun tour.
You see so much.
You probably need about an hour.
Yes, yeah,
'cause
yeah.
We have 3 buildings on our campus between the treatment center, the administration building we're
Yeah.
at, and then our hospice that's now on our campus. So,
Yes,
it's
and
great.
everything is so beautiful. What do you call it? The fire, the
Oh,
flood?
the fire, the flood, the freeze.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
but everything's beautiful and redone
It
now.
It is. Everything's beautiful now. So, knock
Yes.
on wood, cross our fingers.
Yes.
So,
Well, that is awesome. Okay, so speaking of other fun events that people can come to, the dinner show is upon us.
it is. Our 31st annual dinner
Yeah.
show is October the 12th, Thursday. We are very, very excited to be welcoming Steve Wariner.
Yes.
And another big surprise is Senora. You are MC. So we're
Yes.
very excited about that. Thank you to KLST and you all for
Yes.
saying yes. We appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. I mean, we've been to this event, many, many years, and it is just fabulous every single time. And I mean, part of the big deal is, the not only the performance, of course, you're going to have a blast, but you're going to hear a patient story that's so impactful.
Yeah, we've been working on our patient story
Yeah.
probably since the beginning of the year. It's a local family that some of y'all in the community are going to know very well.
Yes.
So we're excited about that. We're just excited for a lot of new donors coming into this one. We've moved it out to the Spur Arena because we've outgrown the First
Yeah.
Financial. So we're very, very excited to have it out at First Community Federal Credit Union, Spur
Yes.
Arena. We're looking to pack the house. So if you're interested, we're selling tables, individual tickets. There's a lot of folks that are super excited about Steve Wariner.
Yeah.
So we're just very, very excited for this year.
Yes. Well, there's a lot to be excited about. I mean, talk about the growth and everything. That's how fun this event is. So y'all need to hurry up and get your tickets right now. So kind of walk us through the evening, what people are going to get.
Sure. So first of all, your ticket or table, whichever you choose to purchase, will get you inside the event. Have a sit-down meal, a nice dinner prepared by Daniel Friedrich over at Mr. T's.
Yes.
Chef Daniel, if you've not had his food, you need to do that. He's been doing our dinner show meal for a few years now, and we're very thankful. He's cooked up a fantastic menu that we've tasted a couple of weeks ago.
Ooh, okay.
So it's going to be great. So that'll include your meal, all your drinks. It's adult beverages as well as tea, water, soft drinks. And then your performance of Steve Wariner.
Yeah.
Before Steve Wariner takes the show, our doors will open at 6. If you have VIP tickets, and we still have a few VIP tickets
Okay.
left, so Steve Wariner will be doing a private meet and greet with our VIP tickets.
Fun.
That'll start about 5:30.
Okay.
So if you are a VIP person, you get to come into the event early. You get to start drinking. On the VIP side, we'll have Pat Hooray.
Oh,
For those of you
yes.
that are familiar with Patrick Bubinik, he is doing a charcuterie luxury
It's
board.
beautiful.
Oh,
It's
I
like a
mean,
work of art.
it's a huge work of art, and sometimes I don't want to taste, like, I don't want to mess it up.
I know.
I mean,
okay.
it tastes delicious.
Glad I'm not
but-
the only one.
No, I'm like, oh gosh, Patrick, you spent 4 hours preparing
Yeah.
this. And I'm like, I don't want to mess it up because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's our VIP side of the house. Regular ticket holders will get in at 6. You'll get to mingle, have drinks. And then about 7 o'clock will be dinner.
Yeah.
And then we'll have our patient story. We'll open up patient story. And then Steve Wariner should take the stage, about 8:30.
Yeah.
And he'll play for a good hour, 15, hour and a half.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. You get a lot
You get
for
a
your
lot.
ticket or table.
You get a lot. And of course, it's a donation to West Texas Rehab
Right.
to support our patients
Right.
and our mission. One of the things I'd like to include is that it is just Steve Wariner.
Yes.
He is not bringing his band. It is an acoustic set with him and his guitar.
That's fantastic.
So we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
Our sound guy, Gary, who does our sound over the years for
Mm-hmm.
all of our events and telethon, says that Steve Wariner is probably one of his most favorite shows.
Wow.
So I'm very, like I said, we're very, very excited
Yes.
to have him coming on board and doing this for us.
And of course, I mean, we talked about this last time. The really the best era of country.
Oh, it really is. If you grew
I
up on
just-
80s and
yeah.
90s country, there's nothing better.
It is going to be fantastic.
It's going to be great. So
That is so awesome.
yeah, we're very, very excited.
Yes. Well, there's a lot to be excited about. And like you said, all of this, we're having a blast. We're not really, maybe thinking about where our money goes, but it's all going back to rehab and to our neighbors. And, kind of walk us through, y'all see so many patients every single day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Between us, Abilene, and our Ozona facility, we see a little over 800 patients a day.
Wow.
So that ranges from adults to pediatric all the way to our hospice end of life care.
Yeah.
So when we say we see patients from birth to death, we truly do. Whether it's an
Yeah.
infant who was just born, we know can't hear, our audiology department can help them, and all the way to our HOSA team helping with that end of life care.
Right.
This patient story that we'll have the evening of dinner show is a set of twins.
Oh.
So it's pediatric patients, and you'll get to see what donor sponsor program is, what that is, what that means, and when it basically is when a patient's insurance runs out or they didn't have insurance and
Right.
can't financially afford it, we'll pick up that tab.
Yeah.
They don't have to, decide between, do I keep the lights on this month or does
Right.
my kiddo get care at the rehab? So it gives me chills thinking
It
about
does,
it.
yes. And I mean, that's part of the, really the mission, like we said, taking care of the neighbor, our neighbors.
Our
and
neighbor
everything.
helping neighbor.
Right. And that's just what we're all about. But to actually see it, what's that like for y'all there? Because you get to see it every single day.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. I can't believe that I get to go work for the West Texas Rehab Center.
Yeah.
And long story short, I have my own rehab story where my brother, we grew up in the rehab.
Yeah.
So I know and have known for my whole life the great things that the rehab does. So I love sharing my personal story. I love being involved in those patients' personal stories and seeing that they think as highly as the rehab as I do. I truly believe that we get to go to work for the best organization and do good work. We get to not say no. We can say yes to every patient that comes through our doors, regardless of their ability to pay.
Exactly. Talk about, there's already so much stress in those situations that they're having to go to rehab for, but to take the financial burden away,
It's
that
incredible.
is huge.
Yeah, it's incredible. We have lots of great stories.
Yeah.
We cry about some of the stories that
Yeah.
are so sweet. A lot of the patients' parents, and whether it's an adult or pediatric, they're just so thankful that there is an organization out there that believes in them as much as they believe in their own. So it's just truly incredible that we get to do that for a living each and every day.
That is phenomenal. And everybody, you can be a part of it. So
Yes.
walk us through how to purchase those tickets for the dinner show.
So you can either go on our website,
Okay.
westtexasrehab.org, or you can call our office, 325-223-6311. Myself, Breland, anyone in our office can help you purchase tickets. We can send an email for an online purchase. Like I said, you can go online and buy your tickets. We have all the options. You can stop by our office and come see us if you want to do it that way. But yeah, we have multiple ways to get a hold of us. But just yeah, come in, check it out, call us. One thing, if you're not going to participate and you're like, oh, I don't think I want to go to the event.
Yeah.
We are currently looking for volunteers.
Okay.
If we get 800 people in the doors, which is what our goal is,
Right.
we need servers.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, and we're more than 3/4 of the way there.
Wow.
So it's great. But we need people to help, whether it be serve the meal or whatever. But something important that I always like to let people know: if you volunteer for us, you get to stay for the show yourself. You get to partake in all the festivities.
Yeah.
You can stay and eat, drink, be merry, and watch the show. That's just our little thank you to them for saying yes, for volunteering.
Exactly.
So if you don't want to come and attend, or you're like, oh, that doesn't sound like something I want to do, but if you want to volunteer, we're always looking for volunteers.
That is a fabulous way to get involved and, really.
And to see what we're about.
Yeah, experience it.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Well, Stacy, thank you so much for all this. Do you have any final thoughts or messages you want to get out there?
I mean, I always like to say thank you.
Yeah.
We would not be able to treat and serve all these patients that we do every single day if it wasn't for the love and support of all the people watching. We have so many wonderful donors, sponsors, friends of the rehab, that we would not be able to do it without them. And we're just very, very blessed by them.
Yes, takes a village.
It does. It sure does. Yeah.
It sure does. Well, thank you again, Stacy, for coming on and sharing all this with us. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, or we'll see you at the dinner show.